Yo, good evening. Everyone, Busiane, Yatie for Yadamwasi Monfa and Chayan for the delay kakra. No, maybe I know there's a technical issue kakra here and there. But Nina Chino, Yadanyamia Sese, Debia no, Munya Adaje, na Moni Edi Sa Jumabie. In fact, Debia no, I say in crying, Drew. Monday say na I know say Mondays are the busiest days one week in the movie say we call weekend and buy na just say watch so but you need just you better take it time out of our busy schedule na you be share your tier for abusuani na your financial program no mfara ya de da ya kuma so pa ye free say a chrome has a na yenim sɛ wosɛte wo sikasɛm no yie that peace of mind no for biribi a wopɛ sɛ woyɛ no last week nyame adom mfa yɛnya adagyeɛ kakra into the state of the economy right now. Something to do with right now. No, how do we deal with financial stress? Yɛnyina economy no deɛ ɛrekɔ so yate nsɛm bebree inflation as abusua as an individual no ɛkwan bɛn ɛna mɛfa so a mɛtumi aboa me ho saving myself from inflation yɛ nyinaa yate a ɛrekɔ so in fact sometimes no be sɛ obi definition of inflation kora nyinaa yɛka yɛ a nsɛm bi a nipa no bi ne keka no wotie a na ɛyɛ sɛ wohu sɛ nyinaa na ayɛ te sɛ yɛate sɛ ɛrekɔ so but yɛnhyɛ da nnim exactly what the cost. And because of that, the financial stress bebree abreast some of us. If you are crafting a here, we are young couple, we are young individual. Open say, utofie, who said the impact, who said the demand, high, but right now the supply is so less. And because of the interest rates now, cost rate, right now, most of the buyers, I try to back off a little bit. What can we do? The little savings we have, what can we do? Until last week, you go into details on some of these things. Now, for the several weeks, in fact, you can about budget, but a plan be a puzzle be a say solve. Now, so puzzle, and you no, you say a first akwanya we near Mawa Kwaba to a one radio. Now, you know, na solve our puzzle, about your sikasem, your shasia with your budget, and your bedroom, you can't the state of the economy right now. Another big component, in fact, a lot of us, what your sikasem, higher, Emma, you exactly your friend is saying what to do, how to go, yeah, taxes. Big topic. But nyame in fact, your platform is so no. All the financial gurus and as I call them financial doctors no. No obia the expertise when it comes into your fancy sikasemo your delinti your background in the share samre no yɛde ɛyɛ saa dwumadie wei no nti deɛ di kan no panyin bɛɛko yɛbɛma wakɔ aba to ɛnɛ dwumadie no panyin prince we miss you so much yɛbɛma ɔhɛyi
akɔ aba to happy to be back.
Yes. Yɛbɛma wakɔ aba to dwumadie no nti and unless before yɛbɛkɔ in no yɛbɛma financial doctors no. Just an introductory message is near the then we go deep into the topic for our discussion for today. And it's Anibako, Yatia for you.
Okay. Nyamine better than CBO, so was a chair. Now, I'm some media the same thing I'm trying to repeat. So, some of these things, when people call and they ask about them, they may end up paying for consultation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, free and I believe that we just want to help the community. And we know, say, there is no free lunch. That was as usual. For that reason, Tiana Comfort have found the free say less valuable than they are supposed to be. But seriously, and yes, sanity. The more taking it seriously now. Say, mobile to me, as and when the deliberations are going on, I'm for pen and paper, and as a notebook, not taking notes, because you never know when it's going to be of help to you. And take a care.
Thank you so much, Penny Isaac. Yes, Penny Prince. Yes, your listeners are waiting for your message. Yes,
it's really nice to be back. The past few weeks have been very difficult for me, but by the grace of God, things are back on track. So we're thankful for that. So happy to be back. So as Brother Isaac mentioned, and I love what he said, and I love how he always repeats his messages, and it's so true. Is that things that are given out free, people don't see a lot of great value in it, right? And as he mentioned, you have no idea how much it will cost for you to be able to get financial education for free with this much detail from people who have years and years of expertise and experience in the industry. So I really encourage you, as Brother Isaac said, to really take this stuff seriously, because if you take it seriously, it can literally transform your financial life for you, your family, and for your future generations. So I really, really encourage you guys to don't come here just to come and sit down and just listen, right? Please take notes and apply what you are learning. And if something you're not sure about, ask any one of us. We'll be happy to answer your questions. And also always come to these meetings prepared to ask questions, because the more questions you ask us, the more detail we can go into it, and the more value we can bring to you guys. So that's what I really want to add to what Brother Isaac mentioned.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Adamase, for my messages and like both of you rightly said, and one of the things I always tell people is I always equate our health to yesikasem. We spend a lot of time, your doctors, we do checkups, we do all these different things because we are concerned about our health. But one of the things I also tell people is that we also need to invest and spend time with your sick assembly. Because the good news is that so we sick assembly to year, you have that peace of mind, it improves your health. So we seek some year, like last week here it gives you anxiety, you worry, it gives you depression, it gives you all these different illnesses. What doctors work, right? They don't even know the solutions to some of these things, because all the blood work, everything is normal, yet inwardly say you don't feel good. Sometimes it could be sikasomnia there, some of these things serious. Yes. Until baby I was showing every say YouTube and I say Facebook and I say online radio Yamawa Kwaba to Era One Radio. And you may our focus is taxes. And Nyamia Dom Yawa Penny Belcon Isaac Belcon Ewa Yentemwa or no a year your friends a guru and as an expert in the taxes area into enumerate penny back ebedi your name your taxes in more na or best started like an overview. You can't American tax system cry what a day and what are some of the benefits? I didn't know your taxes. I didn't even Ghana crown your taxes. A chrome high your taxes and then the taxes and no a year. Versus your chrome, we know, sir, not everybody pay taxes in Ghana, but a few need your taxes and no. Why don't we see the same development? Koso, chrome high, your friend is a Ghana. In the an overview, we'll talk about some of these things. Na Nyameya Domoa. The subsequent weeks a day anymore. You better go into details. this system now, because the taxes and all the different filing status and all the various things in the penny bear about boy actually my young city penny bear you may that was said for taking time out of your busy schedule also to be with us and no tia beja hammer now what the taxes say abre.
Okay. I'm saying, yedi kan aka taxes one some kakra bi say taxes ne dey here say you be tua me gidi so bia benya account tua taxes me gidi pa so bia benya account tua taxes but me kan say bia sanka won so na aya aban na anka go phone tua taxes anka be hawo enti two way na important to say you bit my year from there. Unfortunately, most parts of Africa, setting up penny, I see more can even in our own country, Ghana. People get taxes withheld from what pay near the day. Corporations and other companies pay taxes. At the end of the year near the day. But I'm saying, who development are cost. And your politics near here. So I say, make an idea who fit it. Now, maybe we may attribute it to how the systems work. Because as far as I know, even in Ghana, when people or when businesses don't pay taxes, sometimes they can evade it so easily. But I know it's so bit me evade it. And I say, so po also would be bisa Hansana unless a why you say we can't throw na ye bibia say na one danger say if you purposely evade taxes say tax system no fortunately or unfortunately say we a business or employer identification number IRS at the amount until they have a record of business so we a employee and access or you will be a social security number IRS was our record in that case so we are employee W2 be another 1099 be as a freelancer and as a contractor you be issue amount employer need the copy come IRS and as all your employer and as if you run your own business and so as long as you are registered with a tax ID which is the employer identification number they know that business exists and from time to time they go through the records and pick out those or some file taxes omunya file. Now, one danger is if you purposely evade taxes if be statute of limitations, tax laws and no how long it take ma we free from IRS say bia time say if a years say abanti IRS anything me pursue will be for an audit. As we are going through the study, the various statutes of limitations, and that they are related to the American. If you purposely evade taxes, there is nothing like a statute of limitation for you. In other words, say 1 billion years later, IRS can still come after you. Say, "Oh, untuya or taxes." Say, brabak nebutuya. Near calculated penalties, ni interest over the years. Near didn't go so. Now one casano said and I said the better Senka Ubomori and Kakara and every year and I send campus wabaso. It's very important especially with the systems and Mbrano, how Mbrano laws in city and Intino. Ubit my with due diligence. Now what prepare and I say be our file of taxes. Na as a man 20 Medamano BC Mama and Peninfoso can craft from home before you proceed any further.
Yeah, Penny back there was for setting up like the stage, and that's the foundation, for a lot of us. Now, in fact, you all hit on an important year I can relate to with some of my friends, clients I've worked in the past and all. Whereas I have some few clients here. I just say more escape or more your friend is yearly, they're able to assess to see, say, okay, this year meboka. So meboka into main file. Next year may your friend is saying fisa minyaska into my file. Then I keep intimate nipa no 7 times like I said. You think say a was this year. Last year was but this year over file. But immediately you do that, IRS, they are not stupid. Excuse me to say. However, what they will do, they will go back. They will say, whatever be a one file be, they expect you say, ubedi uhuni, now I file for Now, the danger, as Peniba mentioned, they say, IRS, no, so file, and that's what the car one file, now you file. Yanka so, see, I was filing to know. Come and pay the exact amount of liability, and I wouldn't know. That's when obey adding the penalty, obey adding the interest, and whatever BS or ye BR, they will do that. And one of her year just said, now they say it used to be in the past, where young family say you file your taxes, federal what they can, but state you are getting a refund. Or vice versa. Until you can arrange with a federal, then you do like an installment payment. You get state refund, not just a which media kochia and as whatever you decide to do. But now, Nyoma assassin, and I was telling Nkofobi this year, so Nyoma assassin where now no so what the car ewo yemfa say state. Unya federal return, refund. By law, right now, the federal government, will send that refund unya to the state, to pay for whatever a kabia would do. If there is any difference left, then the state will issue a check and mail it to you, and vice versa. So this has a lot of changes. Of course, your friend is saying we don't even know, and it's hard to keep into the good year. Woman said, make it a habit, a point to file your taxes every single year, Biano. And in fact, one of the things I'm saying for maybe you can want some cashier pounds, how even to complete our W4 form, our tax withholdings, because that's where a lot of your mistakes, started from. I have seen clients where or claim like 7, whereas onima. So at the end of the year, when you find out then they tell you, say, who knew how to file the taxes and all. Now, Mr. A or to know or file Dr. Ewuano, Dr. Ewuanya 10,000. Menkwame ba ma boka. Why is that? So you bring out a dagena check W4 how to complete that tax withholding forms because I need to determine your tax rate, determine how much taxes are. If you make a mistake from that, Sikani will take home no bedoso. But at the end of the year, you are guaranteed, sir, obey a car, a beba. Inti mede mano ebe see her say na Dr. Ewanso no ade ni take ade aba.
I really love what both of you guys have said. I'm just sitting here just smiling from ear to ear because everything you guys have said is so true and so powerful, right? And I think, sir, from my perspective, the key thing that people have such a difficult time is they see paying taxes as a burden, right? But the thing is, it depends on how you look at taxes. If you look at taxes as a burden, you will try to avoid paying tax or want to pay as low as possible. If you see paying taxes as a benefit that can help the country as a whole, you don't mind paying taxes. I'm a firm believer that everybody should pay their fair share of taxes. Because why? It goes to help the country with the defenses. It goes to help the homeless people, help the Social Security be able to pay. I mean, it helps so many different things. It helps the country to run. America runs off on taxpayer dollars. So if we are not trying to pay taxes, how can a country move forward and make sure that we're as fortified as possible, right? So in that note, when you have that mindset of, hey, I want to pay my fair share. I don't want to pay more. I don't want to pay less. I want to pay my fair share now. When every year comes around, you don't have a problem, right? The problem is this. When you try to evade taxes or when you try to avoid paying taxes, for the short period of time, you think you won, right? Because nobody caught you, everything is going fine. When the IRS audits you, the problems, the ramifications that you're going to face when they audit you far exceeds the little bit of evasion that you did to hide from them. Because by the time they're done adding all the years of missed tax payments, all the years of penalty they're going to add, interest payments they're going to add, by the time you get that tax bill, no, you do the math now, you are in such a deep hole, no. But if you have paid those taxes, where you're supposed to pay them now, you will not have this problem. Or the money you will pay, no, far is less than what penalty you're going to be paying, right? So the key thing is, as Brother Ebenezer mentioned, learn how to properly conduct yourself in the area of taxes. Learn how to properly fill out or complete a W-4 form. If you don't have a dependents, why go and put 7 dependents? Or because at the end, yes, you're going to get more money in your pocket in the early front, but the back end, the pain and the agony that you're going to face from an IRS audit, it's not worth the level of money you're going to save in the upfront. You might escape for a few years, but I promise you, they will get their money. You see it time after time after time. You are no different. You will be so much better off if you pay your fair share of taxes. That's why you should never compare how much tax you pay compared to the next man, because your lives are very different. The kind of jobs you have, your income, your dependents are very different. The home, whether your business, a self-employed employee, is very different. So do not compare. If your friend got $10,000 back for their taxes, what makes you think or feel that your tax professional is not doing a good job because you didn't get as much, or you didn't get the same, or you didn't get nothing? Have you ever considered what your situation is and how unique your situation may be? And that's part of our problem, is that we're always comparing, oh, he got this, she got that. How come I got this? Not realizing the amount of differences we may have when it comes to our personal taxes. So that's really what I wanted to add.
All right, Dr. Well, thank you so much. In fact, you know, encounter Penny Isaac. Actually, number one, no, yeah. And these are some of like experiences as day in and day out. We talk to people, we help people. Yeah, there's some of these things comes up into some of your discussion. Some of the experiences you go through. No, we'll share with a you have the same idea. Just about a month, before taxes season, I had this guy I was trying to help, and on the car. Now a car or then also don't worry about a car. Now I will do a payment plan. Now I'm trying to say payment plan. The IRS allows you to do one payment plan every 5 years. So it's not like, say, every year you are entitled to come and do payment plan. No, the IRS wants their money, and they mean business. Until it is something you need always be to pay attention to. make sure your tax withholding is correct. And once your tax withholding is correct, you are guaranteed to say it has will be breaking even. And that's your friend say one day a caviar. Another point, some of us, when it comes into taxes, there are so many things we add on to Adiana. We don't even have the documentation to support your claims and I say assumptions. You bedrew those stage, but yes, set the stage, I'm say be who ye be now. What's a sum right now before you get in there? Before the tax season, I had this guy that called me, IRS for actually said the tax or refund or a figure the tax bill at Breno. And this is 2019, the taxes of filing you. A fina IRS for a tax bill be a Breno, not the Brem. Looking at reading all the documentation and looking at it, and I mean, who said, well, claim a friend saying student deduction as education credit. Into the first person, Bisa said, this school and I work also on school. Now, so what do you mean, say, on school? Because the IRS is claiming, say, YJ, your friend is saying, student educational credit, where you so. Now, Omola Tanichra said they didn't receive any documentation from any school to support this claim. So well, me call me tax say one now, Obisa Mena, me catch and say Meko school. The school call also no. In your case of Meko school, no, what the tax guy did, was just because they do all this so people will get more money.
That's right.
Tell them so this guy is good.
That's right.
Oh, by the end of the day, right now you are the one paying the price. You're paying for the penalty. Since say one school, now we need any documentation to support this, and there is no way say you bet to me anything other than one sikana or more air can. Eventually he had to go and pay for that amount. For the year canoa, bubo way na so no. It is a way also to educate ye na say as we file our taxes, we need to be mindful, say, adie bia wunim say 1 year no. Make sure say your tax professional doesn't add it on to when they are filing your taxes and in the same vein so Adie bia wo ye no say who go school make sure say you claim that education credits nessa anya sa de bia da you end up say obadeka. So Penny Isaac ubetumi aboa ye mayate the tax structure because sometimes there is a question and they say adenti na mene Dr. Uwa ye na your tax like your tax brackets, and you're the same. Adenti and Dr. Uwa etua more taxes than I do. And maybe mommy wait to her say, or no, the taxes the any issue, but media etua more. So American tax system, it's the same. And now, what is the structure? You set it in place. A boy who said, we all need to be in our lane. Who said, this is my lane, this is how much tax I make here, this is your lane, and this is how much tax I make here.
Before we get to that, quickly, I mean, piggyback quickly on. I'm saying, and Simbi and Mark are very, very, very important.
Okay.
So I'm summing up the Amokanina who say, do not be smart. Don't think you are being too smart. Because in the end, I heard it. I want to be.
Yeah.
Now, there is one thing here. Since I talk about general overview on internet, there are some concepts here. me person may be in Sugaka. What the difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion is. Basically, say you can't tax evasion, you are trying to dodge, and I'm what possible dodge taxes, which makes it illegal. As a tax avoidance, you are paying the tax, but you are trying to probably avoid to pay more taxes. Which, if your tax preparer knows the laws really well, they can help you legally avoid taxes. And there's nothing wrong with tax avoidance. And the experience with the tax laws, and it's money when you look for a tax preparer. And I believe that as we proceed with the discussion over the weeks, we can delve into a whole lot of avoid the taxes legally. Some fancy by a tax preparer or not say so no cause Nima if it's my suggested channel. Na all right, and the tax structure basically the American tax system is progressive in nature. When I say progressive, it means that the more you earn, the more you pay. So if I'm earning more than somebody, I'm going to be paying more taxes than the person. If someone is earning more than me, that person is going to be paying more than me. And you used to be from the tax brackets. Any ideas are demarcations, And the based on the tax brackets, if your income is maybe up to $100,000, your average tax bracket might be maybe up to 20% or even slightly more. It depends. So more or less, the more your income, the higher your bracket. The less your income, the lower your bracket. In the sanity, and other factors, usually with them, Emma, maybe with my falienius car, and that's be a lose weight to my falia boca, even though they will be in the same tax bracket. Those factors in the business, do you have dependents? Also, one crowd train, also one crowd train. On 15,000, maybe Ibiana, on the man, they are all 17 and under. Qualify for child tax credit. No. Like Obia Jason, historically, $2,000. I think that just last year, Penal. I buy the bar $3,600 for children 6 years and under, and above that, $3,000 up to 17 years. And you wasn't going to check for child tax credit, advanced child tax credit during the year. It is since July 2021 up to the end of the year 2021. That means that you would have already received half of child tax credit. So you're only able to claim half on your tax returns. And so be back a year. And I understand that Congress is going back to the $2,000 per child, unless almost I some margin view. And the 7,000 also be by 17 or less, not some way 3. Assume it's just a $2,000 per child, $6,000. And on Ubinya in credit, you talk more about credits, deductions, and I say, also, but AMS, no, Baku 24 years, Baku 25 years, Baku Ibia 26 years, 24 years, Obit qualify as a child if for a full-time student. Good. But the since above 17, own to me, child tax credit 2,000 maybe. Obit mania, be a friend of other dependent credit, I just $500 per person.
Yeah.
And as I above 24 years and so the only qualification with me and I say a qualifying relative and I say the income should not exceed somewhere in the 4,000.
Right.
As long as the income be exceed 4,000 plus, 5,000 free okonina, and also won't mean claim on Okorabio. In terms of Unya free no auntie. I no man can think it I also think something I then away say now where and you say. Don't just jump into conclusions. Oh, metas prepare already on Yadi. For the most part, there. Oh, no, you may was on Yadi. Maybe I'm not. Wow. It's
It's
very
true.
important. Say
True.
yes. It's very important. Say even now, but na after the say your quarter superior so say your questions are you na you guys say yeah rush it jump into conclusions say be where I say na where I say and where I say into Mabin fan call say the opinion business are kind no there what they call no and say be will be frame say when ya letter from the IRS na no hear more and I'm say the issue no so oh akwa bi ho na akwa na say we good pa na akwa no boy man nya be $5,000 no no kwa no nyi because we business eska no it was 2 years down the line no I for trying to say it's an returns so say no run a transportation business. And I'm business said, did you run a transportation business? I said, no. Me business be asa. And I'm saying, do we be our chances on one question, and that brings us to the issue of ethics and morality.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we are educated, we can see clearly say what is on the return is
It's not. Yeah.
we keep quiet because money is coming to our pocket.
Yeah.
I was say very careful because here you know study a penny for can I there's something bro.
Yeah.
Just I was so sad for the guy. I said no. Because this is you know 5,000 something now. When you're in refund no 2 years down the line no. How the interest ne penalty go someone do $11,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he has to pay back and to so to approve say or tracking business the documents in and also and I'm saying do you have those and also me and I'm saying you are wow.
Yeah.
Minimum busy na mama penny for so can be.
Yeah, Penny Isaac ya was very for you what shall see the tax system being progressive way. So in other words, the more you earn, the more you pay, the less you earn, the less you pay. So the question me throwing out there and it's if that is the case, the system is progressive, the more you pay, the more you earn, the more you pay. Yeah. Then how do we justify using with a general knowledge or general topic out there just over here? How do we justify the fact in this? Yes, Trump didn't tax returns by he only paid like $750 in taxes. So if the system is truly progressive, how do we justify that?
I think that's a really, really, really good question. Really good question. And I think, sir, that's why I mentioned earlier is that you have to be very mindful not to compare, right? Because if you are a self-employed person and brother Isaac is, let's say, an employee, how you are taxed is going to be very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand the U.S. tax system. The tax system is designed to benefit entrepreneurs and business owners. You ask, why is that? Think about it. What is the government's number one source of money? It's taxes, right? What does a business owner do? A business owner hires employees. That means they are hiring more people, paying them, and the government can tax those people. That means more money is coming to what? The government. So in the appreciation, they will give you, the business owner, significant tax benefits and tax breaks. But brother Isaac, as an employee, what benefit is he bringing to the government besides his own taxes he's paying? right? So that's why it's very easy to understand how somebody like Trump can pay less tax than you and I, because he is hiring a lot of people. He is also building buildings. He is doing real estate that's employing people and also bringing people to have a place to live, right? So he's creating housing. So if you look at everything he's doing everything that falls within the guidelines of the tax code that allows him to get those tax benefits. Where you as an employee, you don't have those capabilities to be able to do that, right? So it's very, very important. That's why as an employee, you work, right? The tax come out, then they give you the rest. As a business owner, right? You work, whatever you earn, you spend, and then the balance is what you pay tax on. So if you as an employee earns 100,000 and they tax you all 100,000 now, me as a business owner, I can earn the same 100,000, but maybe I can get taxed on maybe 30,000. So that's how a business owner like Donald Trump can pay less tax than an employee like you and I. So to me, once you understand the tax code and what the IRS is trying to achieve now, you even get mad. I used to get mad until I understood this concept. So, Brother Isaac, maybe you can add more to that.
Yeah, and before Brother Isaac, also, I deliberately brought that question, and also, can no, Obian, don't compare. We don't need to compare ourselves, to determine what our tax rate is. And trust me, because Trump to taxes. So instead of your finances, say your tax avoidance, that's not what they're doing. They're trying to invade the taxes itself. At the end of the day, why are you trying to compare yourself to a businessman? What makes that decision at the end of the day? Sir, I will go a long way to harm you. Yeah, and see, so comparison, it's something you're here for. Maybe I would see our situations are different, and we cannot compare your friends an apple to an orange near there. You're careful. Yes, Penny back.
Okay. I'm saying mark some very important points and I'm the kakra account. So very true. The Dr. Walker and say so yeah, business person. There are many ways with me our body taxes are illegal. Or a lot of tax dispensations, or a lot of you'll be a funny effective taxes. So I say a BOH, yes, and it really depends on your type of business. So yeah, LLC, right. And I say corporation, yes, and as always corporation, you get like a bit into more detail. So I say Trump, ABCU, I believe that now the tax rate for corporations were about 35% or so.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah, 35%. So,
but about on about 21%. And maybe now we read the article B. Now article like I say, to say corporate taxes above from but they are still not, paying their employees more. Even though amortize above from hours of employees enjoy, but they are not paying them more. Effective taxes in here, some fancy be an anchor or tax rate, as a corporation, as a business, and 35%.
Yeah.
Okay. And if your income was maybe $100,000, let's make it, you should have been paying about $35,000 in taxes.
Sure.
Basically, on a leveled platform. But Uber's money no be a deductions. They are in the end, you are paying only $1,000, which is 1%.
Yeah.
So of 100,000.
Yeah.
Say your ordinary tax rate was 35%, but effectively you are paying only
1%. Yeah.
Yes. It's all because who business or who options. But so we employee options in there are very limited.
That's right.
We employee for the most part, options are necessarily
Gas.
good. Who deductions like state and local taxes. Now they mortgage interest and property taxes account.
That's right.
Now they charitable charitable
church donations. Yeah.
And it's hard marketing kitchen. Now doing that account. Now for the what could you use on instead of the standard deduction because I'm more deduction. We'll get more into that. And ABR, if you installed any energy saving equipment in your house, like if you're a new water heater and this kind of basic stuff in Naunya as a regular employee. But so your business there a lot.
Yeah.
For instance, what's the building? Say who create a payment for disabled accessor abandonment credit to home.
Yeah.
As a business. So sometimes just employing people like about the credits. Just for so many ways. Many ways as a business, who beats me, I would use all taxes. And see Trump the other opinion, not all Canadian. Sometimes some people would delve into the tax laws and try to tweak things. Tax laws, Congress for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some people say some way benefit on one uncle for, but so in tax laws in here, and I'm not talking about morality and ethics here. Some go around it.
Yeah.
They can defend it.
That's right.
So morality and
ethics
and legality, so a lot of things could be legal but not ethical.
Very true.
It's more
true. Yeah. I mean, the key thing is to remember, right, that the Congress that makes those laws, they're lobbyists, right, that lobby for their own self-interest, right? They lobby for the interest of the wealthy, right? So you just have to understand that it's a game that's been played. As brother Isaac said, right, something can be legal but not ethical, right? But at the end of the day, if the tax laws, right, have loopholes that are there, you can take advantage of it, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? You can't blame somebody like a Trump, right, who has extremely brilliant tax strategies, whose sole job is to find the loopholes and take advantage. You can't blame them for that. Yeah. Maybe your tax person is not going that in depth. Maybe to find that tax Trump advisor, you can't afford that person. So, right, you have to literally function within your capabilities, right? And not trying to avoid the comparison, because the comparison will kill you. The key thing is to focus on, I made this much. Hey, I want to pay my fair share of taxes and move on. I'm an employee. So these are the things that I know I can write off. It may not be many, but at least I know what I can write off. I'm a business owner. Because I'm a business owner, I can write off so many different things. And I know these things. So guess what? I can discuss that with my tax advisor, and we can do that, right? The key thing is pay your fair share and stop trying to avoid or evade taxes, because the ramifications far outweigh the benefit that you can get by doing those things. So that's really the deep message here. Like I said, the tax, and I love what he said about the tax bracket and effective tax rate, right? Just because your tax bracket is, let's say, 35%, it does not mean that your entire income is taxed at 35%. There are buckets within which the taxes are taxed. Right? Maybe the first 10,000 is taxed at a certain percentage, and the next one, right? So it's very detailed, and we don't want to complicate and confuse you guys, but just know that when you hear, oh, I'm a 35% tax bracket, it does not mean that you're going to pay 35% on your money, right? There's a lot of things you can do to be able to bring down your taxes. You just have to understand what those things are.
Yeah, thank you so much. And your friends say it's here for us. I said yes. In fact, the tax system is so complicated. So sometimes you have like a tax accountant, you have like tax lawyers, and even arguing among themselves about the tax laws in Nagasa.
Yeah,
because
so true.
the system is set up in such a way that there are like gray areas.
Yes.
There's our gray areas now, woman. Those are the loopholes
That's right.
we use it to our advantage.
That's right.
Now, Obia not differently. So depending on how we call there's always this debate going on about even one simple idea.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you for the air can say taxes a beneficial. Now me have one next week, you call a step further near home, like the benefit of taxes. My backroom has said so many years, material taxes so many but infrastructure ben and a minya a free home. Penning for ever boy and my home, son, your man, because we see all these things around, but we don't pay attention to them. So we think, so, normal. No, your taxes are not. And yes, Penny Isaac, Penny Prince, Yadamasi, and you marry more time one year for your Jumadi no. Your tear for so a yada Jenna and you marry so no money this Jumadi so no Yadamasi for more commitment, ne more loyalty to Era One Radio no. Yami Ejam winting penny for until next week, same time, 6 o'clock, no,
for God bless. Take care, okay, brother Sim, brother Isaac, man. God bless you guys for your wealth of knowledge and just your willingness to share and bless people with it. May God richly bless you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right.
Yeah, come.